If a rusty construction rebar punches through your abdomen, you don't unlock new quest, you unlock organ failure. Joel survives this because he poses something that modern medicine still can't manufacture. Main character syndrome. Naughty Dog calls Last of Us realistic survival. As a nurse, I call it one of the most medically entertaining lies ever written. Today, we are putting Joel through a full medical autopsy. And trust me, he's not making it past chapter 6. Let's start with the scene that everybody remembers. Joel falls. A giant rusty rebar punches clean through his abdomen. Ellie pulls it out, and somehow the story continues. In real life, the story ends right there. Your abdomen isn't empty space. It is basically a crowded apartment building full of organs, intestines, veins, arteries, and things your body really prefers to keep on the inside. The moment that rebar enters, two terrible possibilities appear. Either it hits a major vessel and Joel bleeds out, or it misses the vessel and tears through the intestines, which is somehow the better outcome, because instead of dying immediately, you die slightly slower. But let me tell you something. Now all the bacteria from your bowel are floating into a sterile cavity. Now congratulations, you're upgraded from trauma to biological warfare. And Ellie commits the first unauthorized surgery of the apocalypse. She pulls the rebar out. No operating room, no vascular clamps, no trauma surgeon, just pure confidence. At this point, Joel isn't healing, he's auditioning for a septic corpse. Next up, the magical Apocalypse Medkit. 1 bottle of alcohol and 1 dirty rag, apparently equal to modern healthcare. Now, here is the problem. Pouring concentrated alcohol into a deep traumatic wound doesn't just kill bacteria, it also damages healthy tissue. You are basically chemical burn speedrunning your own recovery. And then comes my favorite part, the rag. Nobody knows where this rag came from. A kitchen floor, an abandoned bathroom, the fungal equivalent of Chernobyl? Who knows? But Joel wraps it around the wound like he's presenting a gift. At this point, he's not disinfecting the injury, he's marinating it. Trust me. In another word, the wound isn't being treated, it's being prepared for bacteria like an Airbnb with free parking. Oh Joel, I know you are a good host, so take care of those bacteria. The spores are actually one of the smartest ideas in the entire game. The gas mask? Good idea. Taking them off immediately afterward? Absolutely insane. Because the spores don't stay in the room. They stay on you, your jacket, your backpack, even your mask. Everything. But Joel walks out of a contaminated tunnel and removes his mask like he's leaving a swimming pool. Meanwhile, his clothes carrying enough fungal material to start their own ecosystem. Real biohazard teams don't just remove equipment, they decontaminate. Without that, cross-contamination would spread this outbreak faster than the infected themselves. Time for something unexpected. Medical praise. I know, I'm shocked too. Joel's stealth chokeouts are actually surprisingly accurate. Let me explain it to you. Movies usually show people that are struggling for 2 minutes before passing out. Reality is much faster. Now, the medical explanation. Joel isn't crushing the airway. He is compressing the carotid arteries. That means no blood to the brain. After that, the consciousness will drop. Just 5 to 7 seconds. Totally believable. But the unrealistic part comes after, because these enemies don't wake up. Ever. In reality, they'll regain consciousness pretty quick. Usually with a headache and a very strong desire to ruin Joel's day. Every zombie franchise has this scene. He got bite, cut off the arm. Everybody starts screaming. Someone grabs an axe. No one grabs a biology textbook. But The Last of Us actually avoids these cliché. And that's smart. Your entire blood volume circulates through the body roughly once every minute. So, if an infected bite injects fungal cells into damaged tissue, those cells are already traveling before anyone even finishes arguing. So, by the time somebody finds a machete, the infection may already be elsewhere. Removing the arm later doesn't stop the spreading. It just creates a second emergency. So, congrats. Now you are infected and bleeding. A true efficient way to lose twice. Then we have the bloaters, the fungal tanks, the walking OSHA violation. They throw giant spore bombs that damage both you and your armor. The game treats them like acid grenades, but biology has something much scarier than acid: toxins. Certain fungal toxins can cause devastating injury to lungs and surrounding tissues. So instead of your armor melting, your respiratory system starts filing for resignation. That means your lungs begin filling with fluid, breathing becomes harder, oxygen drops, panic rises. The game gets the coughing right, but the real horror isn't your vest dissolving, it's feeling yourself drown while standing upright. Now, let's talk about the most terrifying part of Last of Us. Not the clickers, not the bloaters, not the spores. The infected themselves. Watch them closely. They scream, they cry, they sound terrified, almost trapped. And that's where real science becomes even darker than fiction. Researchers studying real-world zombie fungi discovered something fascinating. The fungus doesn't necessarily need to take over the brain directly. Instead, it takes over the muscles, turning body into a puppet while person inside is forced to watch. Imagine what that means for The Last of Us. Imagine the infected aren't mindless monsters. Imagine they are fully aware, still conscious, still human, still watching, but unable to stop themselves, unable to move freely, unable to scream for help, forced to watch their own body attack the people they love. Suddenly, the apocalypse isn't about dying. It's about surviving inside your own nightmare. The scariest part isn't becoming a monster. It's staying human the entire time. So tell me, would you rather face a rusty rebar or a room full of spores? Drop your answer below. I'll be reviewing the worst survival plans in the comments. And remember, your organs are not made of plot armor.